we have from D3, D. Akshita, who will be dealing with us on the perspectives, ethical perspectives. Yeah.
I wish a pleasant afternoon to everyone present here. And I Akshita, would like to extend my special greetings to our Honorable Director, Bhavani Shankar sir. And prior to me, sir has spoken about euthanasia and thrown some light on euthanasia. By now, I suppose most of you might have at least understood the crux of euthanasia. But let me put my words on euthanasia. Euthanasia. It is an act of killing someone intentionally to relieve him from his pain or suffering, which means that we are killing any patient who is suffering from an incurable or painful disease, or he is in a vegetative state, commonly known as coma, from a very long period of time. It is categorized into various ways. First being the voluntary euthanasia. It is performed by taking the consent of the patient himself, that is, the person who wishes to die. And on the other hand, involuntary euthanasia is done by taking the decision of the close relatives of the patient when the patient himself is unable to give his consent because of various reasons. And when I talk about active euthanasia, it is directly causing the death of someone by injecting lethal drugs. And on the other hand, passive euthanasia is done by withholding or withdrawing the treatment or life support systems and allowing him to die naturally. Let me not waste any of your time and straightly dive into my field of discussion, that is ethical perspectives and contemporary debates. Euthanasia is primarily considered as an ethical and moral dilemma. Euthanasia's implications may vary from culture to culture, from religion to religion, and from country to country as whole. In few countries, like as Sir mentioned, in Netherlands, in Canada, in Belgium, it is legally accepted. But in other countries, while active euthanasia may be illegal, but the passive euthanasia may be legal, like in the case of India. Let me put this aside, and there are many, this deeply discussed issue has various ethical viewpoints. Let me first talk about utilitarian approach. Utilitarianism. It argues that actions should maximize a person's happiness or minimize his suffering. From this point of view, we can say that euthanasia is morally accepted because it is minimizing a person's pain. We are choosing his moral well-being rather than letting him suffer more. So in this case, euthanasia may be regarded as morally accepted or justified. And when I talk about deontological approach, in this approach, it mainly focuses on moral duties rather than on the outcomes. See, whatever might be the situations, regardless the circumstances, it is the moral duty of every individual to respect human life of others. We all know every individual should have the freedom to choose to live or when to die. And we all know that right to life is a fundamental right, but this right should not force any individual to live in such conditions which undermine his dignity. Let me talk about a rights-based approach. This, by the name itself, we can understand that rights-based approach is mainly emphasizing on the individual's rights and his autonomy to make his own decisions. We all know right to life is a fundamental right, but it is to violate. In this case, we are violating this moral duty, so it is unethical. And let me talk about religious views. Many religious teachings or religious beliefs often emphasize on the sacredness or sanctity of life. That means they believe that end of our life is not decided by us, it is decided only and only by the higher power. Here higher power means it might be God or anyone, and no individual has the right to kill himself or end his life. Let me put this aside and talk about contemporary debates. Some argue that allowing individuals to choose a dignified end to their life is ethical, while others believe that killing someone intentionally is absolutely wrong, regardless of the net good that might result in the future. And we all know that every individual has inherent moral dignity that should never be violated. Going back to history, the term euthanasia was first used by Francis Bacon. He believed that it is the responsibility of the physician to elevate the person from suffering. That means it is the responsibility of the physician to end or to reduce the pain of the patient. In the same way, inspired from these philosophical ideas, a medical historian named Heinrich Marx has also opined the same. He said that it is the moral duty of the doctor to end the suffering of the patient through various means, like through encouragement, through support, or through medication. And on the other hand, World Medical Association has considered euthanasia as unethical. In the same way, Medical Council of India too considered euthanasia as unethical. Every one of you might have your own judgments regarding this issue, but let me put my opinion on this. Any individual who's suffering from immense pain or grief must be given some time to come out of this trauma or pain. But in case if that doesn't happen, let the patient make his own decision. And that decision must be respected by every individual rather than passing unnecessary judgments. Summing up, let me conclude by saying that this issue should not be neglected or should not be backseated. This issue must be addressed very quickly, as it is high time now. It is obligatory on all of us to involve all the stakeholders in this discussion, be it the patient, the doctors, or the relatives, everyone must be included in this discussion. Thank you so much.